Okay. Let's wait about 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes. I hope we will. At least in the meantime, I can pull this up. I need to show my entire screen, don't I? I do. Boom. This should work. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, looks good.
Talk. Let's wait till 5 past, I guess.
We need those stage music to continue over.
Stage music, even.
Yeah.
I
Then
think I
she,
muted
like,
that even.
when you start the stage,
Oh.
music goes away.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's fair enough. Just give it till 5 past again. Hmm. I have codes, I believe. Yes. I do.
Let me know if I need to put anyone on stage for you to speak with.
Let's see. I mean, any coaching trial is free to do that. Because I'm going to be asking questions.
Well, that would be Kimmy and Picknap then, right?
It would very much be, yes.
Okay. I've invited them.
Hello, gamers.
I don't know what that is. Hi.
Hello. 3 more minutes.
I'm a gamer.
Very much a gamer. Today is expected to be around 30 minutes, maybe less. And this will be the shortest one out of the 3.
Okay.
So a nice little introduction.
Introduction. Yeah.
Introduction.
I have been told by Tim that he couldn't make today either. But I assured him that
And Nap is
You'll do
here.
it.
Hello, Nap.
If you accept that, you can
Nap
also
is
speak,
also
by the way.
invited to the stage. Is that a phone gamer?
I think he's on his
Yeah,
phone.
that is a phone gamer.
It's a phone gamer. I see.
Alright, we can give 2 more minutes.
I
That
think
is
you
great.
can force him
If
to the
you-
stage, no?
Can I cancel?
Technically, I could just move you in if you can't accept.
Try?
No,
I mean,
it's fine.
It's
Okay.
okay, he can just
Then he's
type
just
here.
typing.
Yep.
We'll make
Okay.
the rest of the
Starting
in
audience feel
1
more
minute.
comfortable to type too.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's listening on?
Can you see the audience?
Where can I see who's listening along? I'm not used to stage stuff. It's new for my brain.
So I maximized Fireman's
The window.
Ah, there, audience.
That's a great one. Right, in a few seconds. So sleepy, and it's 4 p.m. That's unfortunate.
I've already been doing stuff, so. How the fuck are you still sleepy, bro?
Escape just scuffed. Unlucky.
Wait, I can get the music back. Ah,
You can?
yes, I just
Oh, okay.
it's at the bottom of the screen. I can switch it back on
Oh,
for
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on. Thank you very much. Well, it's 5 minutes past. I think we're good to begin. Otherwise, I assume we're ready, or
I'm inviting Grim
Yes.
as well. There we go.
Grim.
Oh.
Oh, but no needs. Grim can just be in the audience.
I think we
But
lost Grim.
anyway,
Hi, Sushi.
we should be good to begin. Otherwise, can I get a yes if you're ready?
I mean,
Or do
Fine.
something.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Fine.
Well, thank you.
I'm ready
Is,
to.
is,
Thank you.
is chat ready?
Chat.
Chat, you good?
Type 1 if you're ready.
Okay.
Alright.
Again, as a reminder, this will probably take 30 minutes or less for the first one to take. So after that, hello. Welcome to one of our Valhalla talks. To put it simply, we will be doing 2 more of these around the coaching workshop within the next 2 Saturdays. But we'll get a bit more into that a bit later. First off, how does one improve their coaching style, you might ask? And as I just briefly mentioned, we have these 3 different workshops over the next 2 Saturdays too. Today, we're looking into how to optimize the use of drawings and what kind of colors you should use. Next time, we will look into how to prepare a board review, even if you don't have a lot of time on hand. And that will happen on the 16th of this month. And thirdly, we will look into how to approach the conversation during the board, like how the conversation goes between the player and the coach. That will happen on the 23rd. Great. So moving on, my first question is, does it matter which color we use? In general, like when we draw, does it matter what color we use?
Yes.
Does anyone?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm gonna just give a
That's
second
the
for audience
outline.
to also type something.
I mean, yeah.
Because I mean, while people typing, we can even show kind of sort of not really as long as visible. Yes, but no. First of all, we have the funny color wheel. Which color is the most appealing to you right here?
I wanna
It's
say
hardly any like other bright colors. Probably orange or something like that. It's not too. Doesn't fucking hurt my eyes too much.
Uh-huh.
I wanna say
The most common,
purple
yeah,
because it's like very contrasting to the white background in this specific image.
that's true. The most common appealing color to the human eye is red.
Ah.
So red is a great color to use almost on any map.
But isn't yellow is a good color too?
Could be, yeah, because it's a very outstanding. But I
Right here.
think these kind of colors, these 2
Hey.
specifically, will do a lot.
Yeah.
I like Bucky's answer. Different ideas explained in different colors. It helps
That
comment.
too.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that as well. Don't you worry.
Ooh.
But it's more just like we get the general idea that, for
Yeah.
example, red is very appealing compared to something like, I don't know, a green, maybe.
What do you
On
mean?
certain
Green
maps,
is a
or
beautiful color too.
it is, but on some maps it might not be the
Don't
greatest.
discriminate
But
green.
think-
we'll get into that. I like green,
I'm
but we'll get
sorry.
into that.
I think red's very used for danger
That's
or
what it is.
notice me colors, whereas your
Yeah.
greens and blues are more calm. So I guess that's why
Yeah.
it appeals for your eye. It grabs your attention.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Moving on. I have a few maps I wanted to ask which color we could use. For example, this one. What could be a good color, or multiple even?
I want to use black.
Okay. So if I were to just write,
I was just kidding about that, but I'm fine with
I
it.
want
no,
neon.
could unironically be good.
I want neon pink,
Not like.
bright pink.
Okay, let's see if we have this. This one's a bit interesting.
To
I
be
might-
honest,
Why
I'm gonna lie. I think a yellow can work here too.
Okay, I see a blue suggestion,
Yeah, those are
and I
green
saw a
suggested.
green suggestion. Okay, so out
Ooh.
of these 4 colors, I like 2 of them specifically. Someone said red too. Do I have a red? I do have a red.
That looks orange.
I like. Okay, nap. I like black because black is simple.
Okay, so out of these, I like maybe 2 or 3 of them. Which one do you think those are? Me also.
The top 3. Black, pink, blue.
I think black is a good one. I think these ones I'm going to count as 1 at this point because they're really good.
Okay.
And I think the rest are 50-50. Just off this map alone.
Oh.
Because we're putting a lot of
I think
somewhat bright colors.
I think orange and quote unquote red. It's not really that red here. It's kind
That's
of
what.
like gonna have like yeah, but like
Yeah.
it's in I don't know. I kind of feel like it's an issue with
We're gonna
Yeah.
night
debate the
market.
red.
Is that
It's
night
the
market?
warm tones of the map, isn't it? It's if you put a
Uh-huh.
warm
What?
color on a warm tone map, it's gonna blend in. It's
Oh,
not gonna contrast.
yeah.
Exactly. So we want contrast colors, which is why black could be great compared to. Let's see how yellow does yellow work.
Ooh,
Yeah, okay, yellow.
Not really.
that
So I'm gonna put this in
goes
now.
into that highlight. The floor blends in.
Yeah.
Maybe I just was thinking
But
about it
of
on
course,
the
if
buildings.
we want to go more specific, of course, yellow could work if we go into more darker areas of the map, for
Mm.
example,
Yeah,
right here.
that
But
is
in
what I was
general,
thinking.
stink yellow. Okay. In general, I would go for these colors. If you run out of these colors specifically, you can turn to yellow, for example. But just make sure you do it on more darker areas of the map. Next map, Junkertown. Third point.
Ooh.
What could be a good color here?
Can I now go for my yellow? We don't discriminate yellow.
Okay. Yellow could be a great color.
I think
Why?
you. God, black.
Black would be good.
Okay, let's try back here. I'm currently. Yeah, it's right here, as you can see.
Whatever
Clearly.
color you see, you kind of want to go for the opposite color in the color wheel. So if you see like black, you want to use white. If you see
Uh-huh.
blue, you want to use red. If you see orange, you want to go blue. So I want to say that depending on which part of the map you write on, it will depend.
Uh-huh. Hydra had a really good comment. Just bright colors. Bright colors really add a lot here. Even this pinkish, which is half bright, half dark, also works. Even blue works here too, right? Because this is more of a blue, brighter blue color instead of a more darker one. Bright colors in general works. I think the same concept as previous map, where bright colors really go well with the dark places, like here. And the dark colors really works with the brighter places, like here. Can work the same here. Again, I would go for bright colors as much as possible, especially third point here. But if you want to get a consistent, rather get away from. Nah, it's more for just specific places actually, which is why I chose this image even.
Just
And I
plop
think
a
black
white
is
block.
great here. I think black can also work in the brighter areas, but most commonly you want to use the bright colors on this map. Even green can work.
Smiley be like trying to look for a whiteboard to fucking write summaries.
I usually look for the blackboard. So
Blackboard.
yeah.
So again, bright colors really shine here. Then we have two almost similar maps in my opinion, despite the change in colors.
Is it because of the statues?
Not necessarily. It's more the lighting.
Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Nighttime, kind of evening vibes.
So what color? Color do you reckon would be good here?
But the top one feels very orange themed, and the bottom one
Yeah,
seems very
it's like
blue themed.
it's like the bottom one is just more of like
Black and bottom one
it's
is good.
nighttime or like evening time and
Black
like
on
and
bottom,
Kingsford.
blue on top, yellow good for both. Green, pink works
I
on
don't think
both.
yellow is good
I
for both.
I think pink. I think pink will actually look good on both, because I don't see
Huh.
any like really pink tones anywhere. Definitely. Mm.
Mm. I know.
I like the
I
yellow
think
at the bottom, surprisingly.
Yeah,
I think
actually
yellow
didn't
on the
expect
bottom
it.
is pretty good. I think green one is good. I think black is a 50-50 on the bottom one, personally. I think it depends on the lighting, of course, but I think overall it can work if you run out of other colors. It's not my first go-to, personally. The black one at the bottom.
I just hate the color black. What the fuck, man?
And same with here, the top one, because the lighting doesn't really support it.
Yeah.
Unless you're on a specific bright area, like over here maybe.
As long as you can.
But
Like,
in general,
sorry.
I was going to say, in general, I think a lot of colors to use here is like blue in general works on a lot of maps. Green works on a lot of maps, and pink.
Yeah.
Those are the three main colors I would use in a vote, or my go-to colors rather. And when I need another color for that, I go into like yellow, for example, and then I might just try whatever is left here. Because even in a VOD review, you can try different colors. anyone I've reviewed always knows that I might just do this and think, oh, okay, well, that's the wrong color, and then I'm just going to suddenly swap color again. That's completely normal because we experiment.
I guess
But eventually you get the hang of it.
as long as it's readable, right?
Exactly. So
Defaults are
my
red.
defaults are red / pink, blue, and yellow, which makes yeah, I can see that. I think blue, green, and pink does a lot on most maps in general. But those colors are also good.
How do you actually draw on the maps if you don't know what tools to get?
Can you
I
elaborate
mean,
a bit
it
further?
isn't gonna get mentioned what tools we're gonna be using. Or like what tools probably Fireman recommends for us.
But I want. Can you elaborate, Molly, a bit?
Yeah, like what tool do you use? How do you get it? How do you set it up? And that's basically the question.
Okay, yeah, great. We'll get to that.
Okay, cool.
So moving on, what kind of drawings should we do? Because now we know the colors we could usually do. But what kind of drawings should we use? Or should we do? Sorry. I've already somewhat hinted at it.
Arrows. For pathing, you know?
Arrows. For example, we notice that there's an S here in brackets. We notice that this specific word is something, right?
So
These kind of
lines.
drawing.
Just
You
trying to
can
highlight something.
exactly. Or one of my personal favorites is if we are showing the enemy team comp, for example, here's a random comp. First of all, we can show the difference, like we can connect them. I would probably use yellow because this team is red. And then we can use it to like connect like this, right? Or like highlight it, as you mentioned. And my personal favorite I do in most of my videos is that I just straight up this.
Cover it up. It was
And
never
why do I
there.
cover it up?
You don't want them to see it yet. You want them to first think of something first before, giving away an answer.
Exactly. We don't want the player you coach to think of the enemy team comp. We want to specifically think of their comp and their pick, which is what this just any color can usually hint at. Honestly, I usually use this color for covering the enemy team. Either this or this. What do you think these two?
It's close
Why
to
not
the
blue,
color.
for example, or green? Pardon?
The enemies are usually in a red block, so you're probably trying to cover it up with a similar color
Uh-huh.
to not
That's one
stand
thing.
out, I guess.
Yeah.
Blue
And as
is
Bucky's saying,
friendly.
blue is friendly and red is usually the enemy. So after I would do this, I would usually use my green color to mark as, again, another friendly color. It's
That
more
makes
so you
sense.
don't get the wrong idea, so you don't focus too much despite this being more towards the red side.
What do you do if the team that you're busy watering from happens to be on the attacker side, so they are red, but the enemy team is in the blue color on the map? Do you switch it then?
I would honestly keep the same. You could keep the same or you could swap. Purely preference.
Okay.
I would almost usually do the same because I'm already using that color. Because such as this example, I would not necessarily, take this color and do this, right? There's no point because it matches too much with the already existing color. Then I would simply just do this on the enemy team. Oops. Because it matches the color of your team even. That's fine. But it's more just about getting it out of the way. The point of this is necessarily we get to keep the actual colors we want to use, the friendly colors to mark certain things. To draw out the attention. That's the main use. So it doesn't really matter what color you use on the enemy team as long as it's one you don't plan on using for yourself.
Okay.
Because if you use this same color, again, this one, then you associate it with the enemy team that you don't know of yet. So it's important that you choose your color precisely, correctly, I guess. Moving on. Besides, we mentioned that we want to do arrows, markers, and showing the enemy team comp, yada yada. And here is where I would highly recommend using my current tool. Does this work? It does. I will be posting this in chat. I would highly recommend getting this. This is also the tool that I am currently using, Epic Pen. It doesn't include a bunch of colors, as you can see here, but includes the most important ones. If you have another tool, that's completely fine. but this is the one I would use because it's so easy to deal with. You have a trash can here. You can pick the colors by clicking at the bottom. You can redraw ones, eraser, size. Yeah, that's just everything you need really. If you buy the premium, you can also get a whiteboard or blackboard, but then you have to pay money. That's on your will. Personally, I wouldn't. Moving on. This was the majority, but we want to talk about your assignment for the next workshop. Whoever is a coaching trial specifically. First of all, we want to take what we used today, see, to make a spark, to become smarter. And the next thing will be to do a review where you implement what we talked about today, the colors, the arrow, the marking in general. And you record it. The way you should send it is you should prefer it by a YouTube link. And you send it in that post, or you will send it to me by DM, and I will take a look and I will let you know my thoughts. Necessarily. If possible, of course. There can also be a scenario where I might sit in.
Yeah, I just
someone
wanted to
else.
ask because I have no opportunity to really record something,
Mhm.
and I'm not used to it, so I would just prefer. I mean, technically, you have to teach me anyway. Probably after shooting time, so yeah.
Mhm. I want to see before we finish off if I can find. Where is it? What's a good one? I want to show one of my videos without audio because that's cringe, right?
Of course.
Can I? So you see, off the bat, let me just skip to my final thingy. You see all the different colors I'm using here just to explain certain terms. You see how they blend in together. Like I'm using yellow as the starting point. I'm using green, the main thing that we want to keep track of. Orange is, we can do it, but it's not necessary. And yellow kind of goes back to the main thing we use of the text, right? This is me explaining a term. Otherwise, I would usually, if I can, you see already using green because it's more friendly color, and it still can somewhat fit in compared to the map. Is there another? Don't think so. Usually, you don't go over the top. You usually just casually draw an arrow. But even that arrow still depends on the map color, yada yada, and the rest. But that was just an example. Yeah, that's the last thing. You know your assignment. Go download Epic Pen. And the next workshop is on Saturday.
Could you show
Next
an
Saturday.
example of how to open up Epic Pen with Overwatch and get it working if you're gonna like stream? And then how to close Epic Pen as well. Just for those who
I can
don't
show you
know.
how. Okay, so off the bat, yeah. As you mentioned, borderless window no which. I'm not going to open it now because otherwise you'll see the stream in 5 FPS.
That's okay.
So, to prevent that, this thing just always, depending on your monitors, right? It will usually start over here on the right. I like to move this to my second monitor, so it doesn't show when I change my color and yada yada. And the way I close it is you see bottom here, the arrow up is right here, the blue thing, the white thing. Right click, exit Epic Pen. Let me just put it on screen again. Boom, and it's gone. Completely gone. There's no background processes or anything. It's just completely gone. And the way I bring it back up is I just search for Epic Pen. And then it's loading. And now it's here again. Very easy to use, very user friendly.
Okay.
You can download by the link I sent.
Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions or comments in general? Does not seem so.
No.
I think
Not really.
today's very straightforward, but
Yeah.
it's more about applying it. All right. And as per se, the next one will be on the 16th, I believe.
So
Okay.
next Saturday, 4 o'clock.
Yep. Same time.
Same time, same place.
Yep.
Alright.
Hyder, you're still here. Can you, by the way, I don't know, did we talk about the time? Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Ignore it.
As per se, if you need help, finding a bot to implement this to, feel free to let me know. I can ask around. After that, I have 2 for Big Nap already. So Big Nap doesn't need to look funny.
Lucky him. I wanna do
He doesn't need to do anything.
outro music once we're done. By just
Okay,
clicking
I have nothing more.
I
I
click
have
the
nothing
music
more.
button again. There you go. Should have a nice the end screen. Wait. Let me open the Epic Pen tool myself.
Yes.
I have a bot myself already. Unless if you want to give me more bots, I don't mind.
I don't think you need to get any more, Gary. I think we just need to apply this and show that you applied.
I mean, you know that I already applied.
Yeah, that's true. This first step at least, yes.
You can flood me with bots, I do not care. But, bro, I can already tell you, I'm gonna flame you because I know you. I'm gonna be nice to all of the other people.
Smartly, have you ended it?
Nice.
Okay, well, as I say, that is the end of today's presentation. I'll see you next Saturday.